back at the Colosseum.
Why? Is there more to do here?
Yes, that's right. We need to do the Platinum match.
Time to defeat the hidden boss. Don't enter.
What is going on?
Weird abstract symbols. It's a Final Fantasy thing.
Yeah, a Sephiroth.
Oh, okay. It's Joey Sephiroth.
Ah.
That's cool.
Yeah, just John Sephiroth, but you can call him Joey.
Oh boy. I remember him. Oh, and he has a song.
Is this an original character?
Yeah, the old one-legged birdman.
Yeah, he has a song. It's called "Hey, It's Me, Joey."
Oh boy.
Oh, he's reusing bits of some of the other textures.
The entire... All of Sephiroth is in fact just other textures pasted together. He wasn't planned for the game at all. They're just like, oh, we have all these assets.
Sephiroth is yet another boss with an invisible health bar.
Oh, that sucks.
Also, he does a shitload of damage.
Yeah.
Sure does.
He can just fucking teleport in and fucking raise pillars of hell.
Now, while Fight Weatherman had a comically thick sword, he instead has a comically thin and long sword.
Right.
It just goes on for days.
He doesn't understand that it's more about girth.
I mean, have you ever seen Advent Children? At one point, like, Sephiroth comes back and, like a normal sword, just turns into this huge fucking sword.
It appears to have width to the human eye, but that is an illusion. If you actually measure the blade, it is one-dimensional.
Oh, well, that explains a lot.
It is just a texture. So Sephiroth has a couple of faces. Like, he just get, like, the farther you get in the fight, the more he just loves to teleport around and fucking kick you in the ass that way.
Right.
One of my favorite things is when he teleports into you and then does the Pillars of Hell.
Sephiroth's a real bastard.
Yeah.
That is a really obnoxious attack.
Yeah, it sucks.
I like how his reach is like 4 times yours.
Yeah. Sephiroth also doesn't have a lot of staggering going on if you hit him. So, you're basically gonna get hit a lot in this fight unless you're really good at the game.
There's just no tell for it, he just does it. And then you die.
I think there's tells for it, it's just they are very fast. Like, maybe if you're like a pro fighting game player, you can do that shit well, but my hand-eye coordination is not good enough.
Oh, look at him. He just raises his hand and it happens. That's not a tell, it's just he's animating as it happens.
So what Sephiroth did there is like Harvestin or some shit. It's probably the most annoying attack in this game, because if he finishes it, you lose all your MP, and you lose all your HP, except if you have the second chance ability, in which you gain one. And that's pretty much just dead. And it is over very quick. The, like, ability just fucking is done in 2 seconds. And it's really bad.
Yeah.
You've spent like half the fight just healing.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens with Sephiroth.
You've described most fights.
It's even worse because Sephiroth doesn't drop magic or stuff, so you have to have items ready or something.
No. Like, I grunted at this point enough that if I ever get hit, I at least gain 1 MP bar back.
Oh, yeah, wow. That's a lot. Again, good thing, Jesus.
You've achieved sustainability. Well done. Victory is inevitable.
Your delicately balanced ecosystem of health.
So around this point, Sephiroth just gets faster, and like there's way less of a tell for when he attacked. He could just pull out a sword instantly and just fucking hit you.
Well, the tell for his attacks is that they were foretold in the pages of the Kabbalah thousands of years ago.
He has such a goofy run.
Yeah.
I'm much happier when he's teleporting.
What if Sephiroth just had a Naruto run?
Doesn't he, kinda? He's holding a sword. And you can't have that sword behind you, like it's gonna drag on the ground, it's gonna get caught on something.
Again, one-dimensional blade. It doesn't occupy space.
Fucking Sephiroth. Not even a good character, but they spent so much time hyping up this asshole. The time he shows up.
I like the concept of a lot of these attacks, but I kind of feel like he just does too much of them.
They're too fast and too unpredictable.
Yeah.
Especially that one.
I think if he didn't have the one-hit KO and like the Pillars of Hell, this would actually be a really fun fight.
Yeah, looks like it could be fun.
Just more sword fighting kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They're just too obsessed with Sephiroth being so powerful, godlike.
Wow, Sephiroth, you're so cool.
And also beautiful, and also he would kiss Cloud, and it's real, I've seen it.
Yeah, they each have one wing, so I mean it's perfect.
Wingmar Bergman is handsome and majestic like a true hero.
Can't even say one of his character traits. He's just a powerful dude. That's also
He loves his mom.
evil. Loves his mom. There's that.
But he hates his dad.
Well, I mean, that's true of basically everyone in a JRPG, I think. He's like supremely into his mom. And meteors.
Who doesn't love meteors, though?
Yeah, I guess you're right. What is that? Did you just...
So
what
what's
the...
happening? I never made it
He
this
entered
far.
the super modes, and now every attack he does, that isn't this desperation move where he just summons meteors, like summons orbs around you.
The fuck is this?
He's just a guy who loves meteors.
Yeah, we talked about this. He loves meteors.
He just wants to show you his meteor collection.
He's just a nerdy geologist kid in high school and everyone made fun of him. That's why he's an evil god creature now.
Right.
And now he became buff and hot, and that's why you don't make fun of the nerds in high school, kids.
Right, because they're all going to become buff and hot. Also a sword longer than their body.
Just want to make a hole in the earth so I can examine the rocks inside.
This rock is as beautiful as my mommy.
Gross. But yes.
Why does this rock have weird tentacles?
What?
Like his mom.
Oh, right, Genova. Spoilers for Final Fantasy VII, by the way.
Don't watch this video before you play the remake.
Thanks, guys. I was gonna play the remake, but now I'm like, oh, forget about it.
Look, if we don't get this out of our system now, we'll never get through the next secret boss fight of Eris's corpse.
But Sephiroth has it on, like, puppet strings and is, like, touting it around town.
It's like a Weekend at Bernie's thing.
Yeah, it's really messed up.
Oh, would you like to buy a flower from me, Cloud? Okay, you sound a bit weird, Eris. I wanna get
The
you
real
now.
twist is she was dead the whole time, and that attack was to cut the strings on the puppet.
Oh my god.
Don't step on the flowers, Cloud.
God, this just looks like such a mess. I never even tried to fight Sephiroth because it just looks like it sucks.
I don't think it's that bad. Like, it's just... He does a lot, but honestly, like, his desperation moves are, like, his worst attacks. Because they're way easier to dodge.
I think mostly it's just like it looks unfun. like the other ones looked a lot more interesting. There was more going on besides the like clock one.
I feel just in general this is very unfair unless you're the fucking best at the game.
Right, unless you're Tetsuya Nomura, who
Like, need your friend.
tested the entire game.
Yeah, I am the best at the game. I'm number one. Nomura himself called me that and gave me a hug and was like, I love your LP.
No other living human has ever defeated this implementation of Sephiroth.
Yeah, this one's a new. This one's on a new build. He's almost done. Just kill him.
Goodbye.
And so he ascended into heaven.
I'm sorry, Sora, my home planet needs me. Sephiroth died on the way back home.
Look at the squares that happen inside that.
Why did that happen?
Oh, cool, you got the one-winged angel. Is it any good?
Ah, the Keybird.
Is it like 3 times as long as the Keyblade?
Nah.
Oh.
No.
Then what's the point?
I don't know.
What a triumphant victory that was. Yeah! Alright, I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, right. This.
Seriously, guys, can someone remove the bandages off my sword? I think it's better now.
I think I fixed all its boo-boos.
How long did you stay up there, Sephiroth?
He got tired. It was like 2 minutes.
And now you get the privilege of sitting back and watching for the next 3 hours as these two fight.
No, just stare. They're just staring.
Every 5 minutes, he does that fucking attack that does like 20 minutes.
Couldn't even get voice acting for this.
They couldn't get land space back. Sephiroth in this game, voiced by the guy from NSYNC.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the only thing of note he's done since NSYNC 2. Which I think is true of basically everyone besides Justin Timberlake.
Oh, now it's Dragon Ball Z.
So you guys like Advent Children?
Seth, you don't keep your sword in anything. Why do you draw? Just carry
He
it.
just wants to be cool. He saw a Clint Eastwood movie and was like, I don't have a gun, but I can do that.
Goddamn song. Not a bad song, but it's overplayed to hell.
Cloud did not have the forethought to have a theme song for himself.
Well, remember that this is 2002. At the time, no one even knew about Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, it still hadn't been released in the US. We skipped right to 9 and called it 4.
Wait, that was it?
They're still fighting to this day.
The end.
Good night, everyone.
Next up, we'll show off all of the... Oh. I thought you were going to show off all of the gummy ship sequences.
Oh yeah, no, that's gonna be a bonus video of its own.
Alright, time to fight the 7 princesses.
the final secret boss.
But yeah, we're back in Hollow Bastion now for the final secret boss.
Nice.
God, she's so tiny compared to everyone. I get that she's a kid, but I feel like that's still, like, wrong.
So tiny. Are you a dwarf? Where'd you come from, beast?
Hello.
What happened to the frame
Whoa,
rate?
the frame rate, no. Well, it's because they had this invisible man.
Oh, okay. Oh. No problem. Let's do it. Papu fruit. Keep blade. Right, I promise I still can.
I think that was all the text. I think that was the entire script of the game.
I just have a panic attack? What was that?
At last, we found the item descriptions.
Who are
I'm
you?
glad Beast is still here for some reason.
Why did he even follow us?
I am Sam.
Is this supposed to be like a horror thing?
Yeah, it's actually Jason Voorhees.
Are you Sam?
Alright, can we get Goofy's voice actor to read every Goofy anime name that appears over the course of this franchise? Just give us a delivery
And also all of the ones from Gundam.
on all of these. Also Gundam. We just need him to say more words. Every time he opens his mouth, the world becomes a better place.
There was someone who could do a pretty good Goofy impersonation doing anime openings at some point. They did the Evangelion one. I feel like that's really the pinnacle of what people could do with Goofy's voice.
It's not really, like, badass when you have a flower for a sword.
So you're not going to show off the One-Winged Angel sword?
No.
Okay.
Nah,
Does it have like a wing at the end of it?
but the Sephiroth.
I feel the dramatic impact that they want the spooky text cards to have is undermined by the fact that the shadow only wiggles in like 3 directions.
And also that Goofy and Donald are there.
Yes.
Anyway, so welcome to Unknown.
He's got a lightsaber? Oh, this predicted the Star Wars buyout.
Unknown is fucking crazy. He just pulls out a bunch of attacks all the time.
Yeah, it looks like
he just goes nuts.
Like that quick little springy handstand.
Yeah, he just pulls out a fucking lightsaber every 2 seconds and just hits you in the face with it.
Man, thank goodness for your allies, because I think they're the only people who have gotten a chance to hit him.
So yeah, Donald and Goofy are actually really good for this fight. If only to keep this guy off you in case you need to heal.
Plus, they haven't died yet.
This is one of the few enemies I feel that I've seen deliberately target your allies instead of just fixating on you.
And accidentally hitting the allies.
So a thing about Unknown is he is weak to Graphica. If you hit him with Graphica, sometimes he will just flip the fuck out in place.
Huh.
Okay, he has one really shitty attack though. This thing which fucks with your commands, and
I see.
it turns one command into release and the other hurts you. I'm cheating here, and I apologize, but my hand-eye coordination is really bad. Like, I don't have the reflexes to do that legit.
I thought you were pausing because you just forgot which one was the triangle.
I was waiting for you to explain some sort of cool task maneuver you were executing. Like,
yeah, I thought that.
Trying to isolate specific frame offsets.
No.
Doing a speedrun trick.
It just makes it easier for me to react to that.
Fair enough.
I do the pause glitch here, and I do 10 times as much damage with this sword swing.
This will reset our momentum.
This will get the boss to call me very cool.
This is what I call the infinite Sora glitch. I keep pausing the game as I'm attacking, and I duplicate my Sora model every time.
If I pause this game for 14 years on this fucking boss battle, it crashes.
Oh, okay. You see, if you pause while your Keyblade is making damage against him, it will actually just constantly do damage throughout the pause screen. What other, like, glitch exploits can we think of? I think we're running out.
I see that information is stored in what we refer to as the held object last position.
You see, if you pause while in the middle of a swing and you hold it, you build up speed with which to travel through multiple dimensions.
If you just kinda humped this boss for like 3 minutes without taking damage, Donald will transform into Demon Donald, where he will throw spells every second.
If you hold triangle and down while hitting him, it's easier to capture him into a Pokeball.
You can do the specific sequence of inputs at these exact frames, and you can code the game into the NES Classic Adventures in Magic Kingdom.
Oh, man.
So he also has a desperation attack, which is this thing where he gets into an orb and fires lasers at you, and it's really hard to dodge.
Beam Orb, pretty good tech.
These bosses seem very orb-centric.
Oh, orbs are pretty good. They're in pretty good shape.
These bosses have coherent art direction to them.
Yeah.
A lot of them are a bit too busy with the effects and stuff.
I don't know, I actually really like this boss fight as opposed to Sephiroth's. Like, even if it's just kind of the same thing, but I think it's just a lot more active and a lot more focused on, like, dodging attacks.
I feel like anything at all is happening in this boss fight. The rest just sort of occurs.
A lot is happening. I can see why this is troublesome in general. But it wears off just after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you also can't cast any magic, and it damages you over time.
Right, so it's not optimal.
Yeah.
The optimal strategy is to hit the X button every 7 frames, because that's the fastest you can get new attacks out.
Aw, yeah, you know that, Chirps, you know the real cool tasks.
Look, I may be no good at this video game, but I know all the secret strategies.
This exploit is actually easier to execute on the PAL version of the game.
Man, I really hate that attack. He does it every time.
Yeah. Kinda sucks. What happened to Donald and Goofy, though? They're just shouting in their brain. Okay, they lose power, too. Yeah. And their brain cries out.
Besides that attack, this boss is just fun. Like, a lot of stuff happens all the time. And yeah, he goes crazy if you hit him with Graphican. It's great.
Gravity.
This is it.
Yeah, that was the final secret boss in Kingdom Hearts.
I see. Just wipes off the interdimensional hole we put in him.
The JPEG artifacts.
It's like
Wipes off the dark goop.
Impressive. Huh. Beast, why were you here? You didn't do anything.
It's a lot easier to treat injuries when you bleed hexagons.
Beast was like their hype man, doing the moral support kind of stuff. Whoa.
He was actually the one doing Goofy's come on.
Come on.
What if this had been part of the story and, like, had been more integral? That would have been cool. Oh, like, I had a nose. I saw it.
Wait,
A shadow.
are you?
nose.
Shadow noses.
No, it doesn't come through here in this version of the script. Is he just pronounced a horizontal line? That is his name.
Just like this game.
And with that, that was the LP. I'd like to thank my buddies, Chirps Away, Killer MC, and the Raving Loon for being here with me on this hot-ass journey. I'd like to thank the people who did art for me, like my buddy Ari Square. They're pretty good artists. Check them out if you want to. I'd also like to thank everybody who posted in the thread, because I am Fane, and that kind of shit keeps me going. And, you know, last of all, I'd just like to thank everybody who was watching. I really wouldn't do this without people as watching it. Anyway, thanks for watching again, and I hope you're all there next LP. Hope you enjoyed this mad fucking trip.